Welcome to the bold analysis. There is a statement I keep repeating here that no one wants William Ruto to fail because when he succeeds, all of us succeed. Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. There is a statement I like saying in this podcast that no one wants William Ruto to fail because when he succeeds, all of us succeed. The success starts from the top. But the missing gap, according to me, has been a bid to outsmart Uhuru Kenyatta because what President Ruto needs to do, all these things he wants to do, is just to build from where Uhuru left it. But a very approach, what I see, a very political approach, that we want to turn Kenya to where Kibaki left it, will actually drag us back. And it's because, in terms of everything we are doing, President Uhuru Kenyatta laid the foundation. We already had building blocks. I want to give you two examples. Look at the affordable housing project. Affordable housing project was Uhuru Kenyatta's pet project in the second term. And most of these projects that William Ruto is actually launching, the launch pad was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. As we talk now, there is a new registration of farmers in this country, and we're registering farmers because we want to give them the subsidized fertilizer. So we are taking the database afresh. Why I am talking about this, I want us to head directly to Gatundu. Water CS Alice Wahome visited the county of Kiambu and in Gatundu North for a public participation on construction of a dam. And the locals told the water irrigation CS, that residents expressed their reservations about a project that will see them cede land for construction of a dam. Then, Gatundu Member of Parliament, North Member of Parliament Njoroge Karura, led his constituents in rejecting a dam set to be constructed in the constituency. What they're saying, they questioned and they're saying that the dam, what is the relevance of injecting 30 billion dam to build a dam 5 kilometers away from Karimenu Dam that was constructed during Uhuru Kenyatta's reign? So the residents are saying they're not willing to cede their land. And I know it can be seen as at least people, landowners, trying to protect themselves, their interest, because they will lose the land. But they're saying the priority for Gatundu North is construction of the road network. According to the report, the residents were supposed to be relocated to a semi-arid land in Murang'a. That means they would have to move from that area of Kiambu to relocate to Murang'a. Alice Wahome said that President Uhuru Kenyatta, President William Ruto gave him instructions to ensure that project is fast-tracked, as it is part of the national government intervention to boost availability of water in the region in the broader view of addressing the food insecurity in the country. But Gatundu North are saying that we appreciate the dam that was already built by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and if you want to develop our area, then build from what Uhuru has done. That's their message. For us, dam is no longer a problem. Give us road network. In my analysis here, I started by telling you that Ruto stands a chance to succeed because of the plan, as he says. He also have people who are so close to him and understand his vision well. They are really highly guided. But while we remove bureaucracy, there is a lot of political activism in formulation of government policies. That we seem to be in a situation of us versus them, me versus Uhuru. And me versus Uhuru is somewhere while the economists are also telling the president that take Kenya where Kibaki left it. It's a big lie. Where we are in 2022 is way back where Kibaki left it. Kibaki did not leave us with SGR. Kibaki did not leave us with the expressway. Kibaki did not leave us with Dongokundu. Kibaki did not leave us with Naivasha Port. And you can name them. Sometime I'll also do an analysis on this so that you really get to understand. So there is a place we are. We are not starting from nowhere. Even when you talk of 100 dams, we still have some. I have seen critics saying that instead of targeting 100 dams for the 2027 manifesto to look colorful, we should just find out the dams that we already have we utilized the resources coming from the dam? Have we utilized? Instead of building more, can we utilize the few we have and see? Because we've been talking about how dams can help us increase our food basket. But you need to ask yourself, if you have 7, then you ask, have I utilized 7 to give me X number of bags of maize or of cash crop or a specific crop, so that I know that when I build 100, the project of 100 will make me receive this. So the challenge has not, and this is what critics are saying, that it's not about 100 dams, it's about exploiting the potential of the dam. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak about this and narrow down this discussion to something that I have seen, especially in these giant projects. This is during William Ruto's at Kenya Kwanza have some very giant projects. We have the Thiba, we have the dam, Grand High Falls Dam, the border of Kitui and Rakanithi. We have the railways. We have a green city to be built here in Nairobi. We have the Dongokundu and the affordable housing projects and Konza City. We have a couple of projects that we are putting up. These giant projects should be funded, and there is one critical aspect that should be seen: the lives of locals, welfare of locals. What has always happened here is when government wants to build this PPP model, public-private partnership, government do provide land as a resource. And after providing land, it is upon now them to companies to do compensation. Now, that land, it belongs to people. Sometimes the compensation are done skewed selectively so that tenderpreneurs, the land tenderpreneurs are the ones that benefit, but locals do not stand to benefit. This is a problem. Even the 28 billion hospital that is yet to be built in the Rift, in Bomet, Kericho areas, there is the big question about land, on who is ceding land, or the compensation. The one in Mombasa, the one in the dam, we are talking about land. Here in Nairobi, the green city by the UK, we are talking about land because Kenya Railways and the Landimao area, they are supposed to cede land for that construction. So while we want to do that, these locals have a point. You can't take us from an area where we have been staying and we can do farming to take us to semi-arid land. And they're saying that where they're going to Muranga, hata hawezi fanya farming. So are we really looking at the lives of locals, or what is it? So it's why I say that public participation should help the administration to map out community needs. What the community wants. I understand in the last financial year in my county of Say, I was listening to I think some of the leaders in the region saying that in a public participation, there was a plan to boost, upscale a hospital in Rabango, somewhere around Randago. And after public participation, what was written in the county integrated development plan was construction of a road that was to be given to that area. So instead of also as much as we look at the bigger picture, but we should also address, because the dam should also help the community staying there. We are not doing dam in Kiambu to help people in Mombasa. We're doing a dam in Kiambu to help people in Narok. It's the first beneficiaries are the people of that area. So when you do a community approach, it helps you to map out what's needed. Otherwise, when you force things down people, it gets the curse. And the community curse, or rather the public curse, is the worst. It's the worst. Those are the projects that are launched, started, and they never come to conclusion because it didn't have the goodwill. And in terms of even if administrations change, where we have a new government, if that project was not owned by the people, the new leadership, the new member of parliament, the governor, the senator will not push that project to conclusion because it lacks the will of the people. The other thing, proper assessment should be done, especially on the dam projects. For example, if the people of Kiambu, Gatundu North do not want that dam, why force it on them? Leave them. Let that money be diverted somewhere. If it's an investor, you can invest the issue of the dam somewhere because that's not their priority. And that's why proper assessment is needed. And lastly, William Ruto wants to outsmart Uhuru Kenyatta, which is fine, and it is good because at the end of the day, if you do better than what Uhuru did, then it is the public that are going to benefit. But that activism, or rather that motive, can also be abused by the people around you. You can try to do it because you are going to tell the country that you have done more. Uhuru left this country, and one thing, not left, Uhuru finished his term, and one thing you cannot take away from him is the road network. He did that. So if Ruto is to do what Uhuru did for the last 10 years, he has to go Uhuru route. And that is what we are saying, that yes, you want to outsmart Uhuru, you want to do a dam, you want to favor the areas that maybe his area, it is fine, but build on what Uhuru have done. Just build on it. And with that, I can tell you, Uhuru have given us foundation. I know we made a lot of noise in borrowing. But if you look at, now we were talking about the Mau, is it the Mau Summit Road? That was a project started by Uhuru Kenyatta. And look at Mombasa Road, the dual way. So Uhuru gave us something. He did his part and it gave us foundation. We just need to build on that. And when we build on that, it will be progressive. But when we want to start new ones, because we want to do more, no. Look at Uhuru Park. We made the noise about NMS, but Uhuru Park looks magnificent. Uhuru Park is Uhuru Park. Look at the Uhuru Gardens. Has remained one of the most... So things happened. Uhuru did his part. Let's build from where the fourth president left it.